Hello and welcome. If this is your first time visiting my channel, thanks for checking in. We're going to be doing a low impact interval training workout, and we're going to be doing that using just our body weight. So today, if you have a mat, go ahead and roll it out. We're going to start by just warming up a little bit with some hip sways and circles just to get the blood flowing and to set your mindset in the right place for this workout. And along the way, I'm going to be giving you options to make the exercises easier and even more challenging. So just pay attention to those cues, and then also learn to listen to your body. If something doesn't feel good, then I just want you to drop it completely. Let's have a seat in for squats. Just mini squats right now as we warm up. So as I said, pay attention to your body. Listen. If it doesn't feel good, make adjustments. If it's way too easy, you're finding yourself falling asleep during the workout, then take that option when I give you an alternative to make it a little bit harder. So let's do 3 more like that. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna hinge from the hips, keeping a nice flat back here. Feel a good stretch through the back of the legs. Reach your hands to the ground. Relax your head and neck. You can nod your head yes and shake your head no. Then I just want you to drop your hips down towards the ground. So you're in a nice low squat, or yoga squat, Matsuyama pose. If you're interested in doing some yoga, be sure to check out some of my other videos. I've got a lot of yoga workouts online as well. 3 more like this, lifting those hips up. And back in that low squat, all I want you to do is take a little twist. Raise one arm up towards the ceiling and then switch sides. You're stretching out that upper body right now. All right, kick those hips right back up towards the sky, and then you can stir the pot with your one arm, drop it, release the tension in your shoulder and your neck, and then switch sides. Just a nice, easy little warm up before we get started. All right, let's get going with this workout. How it's going to be is 40 seconds of work. That's when we're going to be doing the exercises. And then we're going to take 20 seconds to rest. And then we're going to carry on to our next exercise. So our first movement for today is just going to be a step back lunge. So you're going to take your left leg, step it back to a position that's comfortable for you. Now, when you lower your back knee towards the ground, this front knee should not go past the toe. So just make sure that you have enough room and you can find that comfort level for you. And we're standing at the front of the mat and just stepping one leg back, and we're gonna switch sides every time, okay? 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Ready, set, let's get started. Now, a couple things here. If you want to make this exercise a little bit easier, because stepping back and stepping forward each time does require you to have a nice strong core and balance. In order to make it a little bit easier, you can always just stick with the same side, and instead of lowering your knee all the way to the mat, just go a little shallower. As you start to build strength, you will be able to go deeper into the lunge, and you'll also build up the strength and the balance in the core to switch legs. That's 40 seconds right there, so we're gonna take a break. So you have an alteration to make it a little bit easier. If you're in any trimester of your pregnancy and you're experiencing back pain, you're still trying to get a workout in, instead of doing lunges, I would suggest doing some squats, just to take that pressure off the back. All right, second time through this exercise, I'm going to give you a chance to make it a little bit harder. So, you know what you're doing. Step back lunges, you had 20 seconds to take a rest. Now, you have a choice to make this exercise a little bit harder. How you're gonna do that is step back, and when you press up, you're going to push off that back leg and then come up, draw your knee up towards your chest, hold your tummy tight, and find your balance. So we're playing with balance here, which really helps for strengthening the core. And then I'll tell you when to switch sides. Now, you don't have to make this alteration if you're not ready to make it harder. Switch sides. But if you are ready to make it a little bit harder for yourself, that's a great choice. Hang in there. Give me two more reps. All right, relax. Whew. All right, that's the bell. We're gonna do this same exercise for the third and last time. So you have an idea of how long 40 seconds actually takes. So now I want you to do what best feels for you. So maybe you're just sticking with the same side, or you're alternating, you're getting the balance down. Whatever it is, challenge yourself. Just because it's a low impact exercise doesn't mean that you won't get your heart rate up. It just means that we're not bouncing on the ground. We're not gonna be able to feel in that impact in the knees and the hips. So if you have joint pain, then low impact is the way to go. And you can get a great workout in by using your body weight. Excellent job. Relax. Whew. Take a moment to breathe, get some water before we move into our second exercise for today. Our second exercise, we're going to actually lower ourselves to the ground and do a back extension. So while you're catching your breath, grabbing your water, please dry your eyes here for a moment. Now, if you're doing this routine, this exercise program, and you are pregnant, further along in your second and third trimester, then I recommend doing this exercise with a ball. So I'm going to show you how to do that first. You're going to set yourself up on a ball, engage the glutes, and then you're just going to squeeze those muscles all the way up your back and try to lift yourself up as far off the ball as you possibly can. All right, so in doing this exercise, you can feel the muscles down your spine working. And then if you're doing this exercise and you're safe to lay on your belly, then what you're going to do is our Superman pose. So laying on your belly, and we're gonna actually take your arms out to the side at a T. I want you to squeeze your glutes, lift your legs up off the ground, and lift your upper body off the ground as well. Eyes will look right down towards the mat. Now I am well into my second trimester here, so I'm not going to be doing these on my belly. However, if you want to, and it's safe for you to do it there, go ahead and do so. Take a moment at the top of the exercise just to squeeze, engage your muscles, and then come right back down. And relax. 20 seconds rest, and then we're going to do that same exercise again. And making this exercise harder can be done so by lifting your upper body up off the ground here into a T position with your arms, and then bringing your arms up to a Y position. So before lowering your arms back down to the ground, you would take your arms up overhead and then back to the ground. So I'm going to do this exercise with T and Y's, resting my chest on the ball here. And you're welcome to do the same if you like that, or if you're just laying on your belly, you can continue. Engage through the glutes, press down, ground through the legs, and then lift your upper body up off the mat. Let's get started. And as you do this exercise, I want you to think about dropping your shoulders down and away from your ears. So you're not shrugging here. You're working the middle of your traps as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, and not your upper traps. So you shouldn't feel your shoulders buried in your ears. Try one more repetition here. And relax. So there are some strength exercises that get your heart rate up a little bit more. This is more for conditioning and strengthening the muscles in the mid traps here, which really helps to pull your shoulders back and correct some posture issues. And most people with technology these days definitely experience that rounding forward. So these are really great exercises to do every single day. And if you are doing this exercise on your belly, you're feeling not only the muscles in between the shoulder blades, but you're probably also feeling the muscles all the way down your spine and into your glutes, which is really great for strengthening core. All right, finish with that. Our next exercise, once again, go ahead and take this time to rest, grab some water, we'll move around a little bit if you need to. Our next exercise is squats. So I'm going to show you first with a ball, if you have one and would like to use it. You would just place the ball behind your back and then have a seat. This is going to give you a little bit of assistance, and this is the easiest version of our squats today. So you're welcome to use the ball to assist you, or put it away to the side. The other option is just doing a standing squat on your mat. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Find what's comfortable for you, and then you're taking your caboose and sitting back into a chair. So instead of bringing your knees forward for the ground like this, I want you to think about sitting back onto a toilet seat. All right, that's a squat. We're gonna get started here. 40 seconds of work. Push your booty back, keep your chest high, drive the weight through your heels to stand right back up. Squeeze those glutes. Think about the muscle groups that you're working while you're working them. And then really bring your mind to the exercise. We have one more here. All right, rest, shake it out. You will feel these squats in the front of the legs and the glutes as well if you're doing them correctly. So think about firing your glutes. Second round, I'm going to give you an option to make it a little bit harder. So once again, squats, decide what's right for you. An option to make it harder is to just pick up the pace. So one way that we can completely change a workout is just by increasing the speed at which we do the same exercises. So you might have just gotten the hang of squats and you need to still take it slow, or maybe by the end of those 40 seconds, you felt a little wobbly. If you were feeling wobbly, then slow down, okay? However, getting the heart rate up a little bit by increasing the reps, it's gonna make it a little more challenging. You're gonna feel those muscles burning out. One more. All right, rest. Whew. How are you feeling? Good enough to click that thumbs up? I sure hope so. Oh. All right, third round. You decide your pace. You decide the depth of your squat. By taking a shallower squat, it's going to be a lot easier than if you're sitting real low into each one of the reps. So play with these things. See what feels good for you. If it's one of your first workouts, maybe you're gonna go a little slower and not as deep until you really figure out what is comfortable yet challenging. So your workouts aren't meant to be super easy breezy like you're taking a nap, but they shouldn't make you feel pain and discomfort. So finding that middle ground. All right, awesome job. Whew. Our last exercise, heart rate is up, is going to be a slower version of a burpee. So at the front of your mat, you're going to reach your arms up for the sky, then step yourself into a plank position. From here, you can choose to do a full push-up or do a push-up on your knees, and you're gonna step right back to the front of your mat and reach your arms up above your head, okay? So there's a couple movements here. Take your time, move through it at your own pace. And then for the push-ups, you can decide to lower down to your knees or to stay up on your toes. It's up to you. Ready, set. Let's move. Now I'm gonna choose my knees here. Also, if your belly is not getting in the way, as mine is, you can always do these push-ups on blocks, yoga blocks, just to bring the ground up and give you a little bit more space. Step it up and take a rest. So that movement might be quite different from what you're used to, but we're moving in different planes. We're reaching, we're stretching, and we're definitely activating the muscles by incorporating those body weight training exercises, adding the push-ups. All right, in order to make this exercise harder, all you would do is reach at the top, like a power reach. So you're gonna come up with energy and then step back, and your choice again, lower to the knees or not. But as you come to the top, with energy, you're lifting up, not necessarily jumping, because this is a lower impact and I'm trying to take that out. So just with energy, that same movement you would use, reaching to the top and then going into your burpee push-up. We're gonna get it going now. I have the best day here, rain days. And for some reason, I always feel motivated and energized. Rain days. Explosive, as if you're going to jump, but you're not jumping. You can actually get benefits by doing that. And rest. 20 seconds off. We're going to do that one last time. And finish with some core stabilization exercises and call it a day. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, let's go. You decide, take these burpees at your pace that works best for you. But I also want to remind you that you only have 40 seconds left of work, okay? So that's your cue to pick it up, to push yourself a little bit more to get the most out of this workout. The last one. Take it right down to the ground and finish. We are going to take a moment. If you want to grab water right now, you can. Let your heart rate come down a bit. Or you can just kind of sink into child's pose with me. Allow yourself to melt to the mat. Allow yourself some time just to breathe in through the nose, fully expanding the belly. Exhale, let it out, relax. And as I promised, a core strengthening exercise. We're going to do some hip presses. So if you have no problem or concern lying on your back, you're going to do that now. So lay back and you're going to press your hips straight up towards the ceiling. By doing this, I want you to press down through your heels. Take your tailbone, draw it down and under. So when you're in this position, you can feel your glutes are engaged and the muscles behind your legs. And then lower your hips right down towards the ground. All right. And if lying on your back isn't your thing, it isn't comfortable, or if you're doing this in your second and third trimester, you can do these hip presses on a ball where you're elevating your chest. So we're just going to do 20 repetitions. I'm going to stay up on this ball. So lower your hips down and squeeze, engage to press your hips up towards the ceiling. Ten more, just like that. Stay engaged. Press those heels down. And as you do so, kick those knees out. If you see your knees caving in, I want you to think about actively kicking them out to the outside of the room. Three, two, and one. Lower those hips down. Take a moment to rest. We're going to do a couple seconds of side plank on each side for fun. Now, side plank, you can start on your elbow like this. And you can actually stay on your knees and just lift your hips up. Or if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can straighten out your legs and come up onto the feet. All right. So when you're doing this exercise, side plank, think about taking your rib cage to your hip bone. So you're pulling yourself up off the ground. This stays active and engaged. We're going to just do 15 seconds on each side. Ready, set, let's go. Pick what feels best for you. Breathe, work through it, stay engaged, lift that hip up And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, switching sides. As I promised, only 15 seconds on each side. Same thing. You decide to stay down on your knees or come up to your feet. Here we go. It's your workout. This is your beginning. And making alterations is the best way to progress. Instead of pushing yourself through a workout, it doesn't feel good. You end up hurting for days, and then the result is injury. Relax. So that's why I highly stress listening to your body and moving what feels good, and not taking the easy route out and just saying, okay, I'm a little tired, I'm going to stop. Tired is different than in pain. Fatigue and being stressed in a muscular or vascular way, so you're feeling your heart rate increase, is very different from feeling a strain or a pulling or a weird sensation that doesn't feel good. So trust your body and listen to that. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Bring one leg in towards the center, and then I just want you to shift your weight over your front leg and hinge forward any amount. So you're feeling a good stretch through the back of the leg, and you can also feel a good stretch by pulling your toes up towards your shin. You're going to get an additional stretch in your calf by doing this. And switch sides. Your heart rate should be coming down slowly at this point. It feels good to move. You should be thanking yourself right now for movement in general. I mean, gosh, how many days does it slip by, hours slip by, and you notice you haven't gotten up off your chair, or you've just been tied down to work or driving places, and you just can't seem to carve out time to move. So right now, give yourself a big high five or hug or a smile, a thank you, a pat on the back, and be sincere about it, because just catching in, just having the discipline and the self-motivation to get started, it is the hardest part, because after you're here, you did it, and now your body is just feels so good. You have those endorphins released. You can give yourself a self-massage, pull your toes apart. Touch is really powerful, so giving yourself some good touch, some good pats, can make you feel good and help release stress. All right, sitting in any comfortable position, go ahead, take your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together so you're feeling a stretch through the chest. And drop your ear to your shoulder. Eyes are going to peer towards the ceiling. And then take your eyes and look down towards the ground. Same thing, other side. Drop your ear to your shoulder. Eyes are going to gaze up towards the ceiling, so there's a small head tilt. And then eyes are going to gaze down towards the ground. Release your fingers behind your back. Then intertwine them in front of you. Let the shoulder blades separate. Feel the stretch through the back here. You're in a seated cat pose, as we call it in yoga. And then you can just kind of sit and stretch through a cat-cow. So you're bringing your chest forward, and then you're going to release through the shoulders. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining. You deserve a huge high five for just getting started, moving, and doing something that's beneficial for your health. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you're doing these exercises, these low impact exercises in your pregnancy, please share your journey with me. Tell me where you are in your fitness journey and with your pregnancy. If you are new to this channel, please click the subscribe button and the thumbs up. The notification bell will allow you to get messages every single time I post the newest workouts. Have a great day.